You are now listening to Between Us Girls, the podcast, where we discuss life's fuckeries and then some over wine.
Danielle,
Jen,
and Sharonda,
and this is
Between Us Girls.
And if you're listening for the first time, thank you for staying tuned in. You can always find us on SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, and iTunes, which is now what, Apple Music. Facebook, Between Us Girls, the podcast. Instagram, Between Us Girls Podcast. And on Twitter, @Girl Talk and Wine. Also, I mean, I know this is sort of an uncomfortable thing to talk about, but we would appreciate everyone going to patreon.com/betweenusgirls and just look at what Between Us Girls, the podcast, is making. It says the best podcast ever. So what we're doing is making the best podcast ever, and we just would really appreciate any support from the listeners.
Yes, please do that. Thank you.
Yes, please.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
So fucking much.
E-hugs to all of you.
Thug hugs.
Hello, Melinda.
Ma'am, you cannot
Ma'am,
talk.
you can't be talking. We're recording.
So don't just put it on me. Everybody.
Okay, so this week, our fan of the week is none other than Cole Sports himself, Mr. Cole Johnson.
Yay!
Yay!
Yes, we appreciate you being an avid listener, and when you were asked what your favorite episodes or parts of our show were, you actually had an answer, so that let us know
that you actually listen.
Right,
we
that you
actually
are listening.
appreciate that.
And we definitely appreciate
He's
that.
active in our Facebook group. He's always like on Twitter with us.
Right.
And he's always like giving us advice and being just super supportive, and we really appreciate you.
Yes, thank you. So that's why you're a fan of the week. FOTW. For those of you who are trying to be fan of the week, there are certain things that you're going to have to do in order to be fan of the week. Starting with listening.
Hey, hustle hard.
And subscribing to our show.
Right.
So,
I mean, that would help.
yeah, people are like, I listened to
I
episode
participated in the group.
12. No, you didn't really listen. Not to episode 12. And I went to YouTube and no,
you didn't. You're a liar.
you need to get in here, get in the game. All right, so what are we sipping on tonight, Sharonda dear?
Oh my God. Y'all. First of all, no. This is Where's Warrior, and it is a port. And Jesus Christ. Okay. Before I even give the vintage on this one, I'm going to give y'all the alcohol. This is by far the highest alcohol content we have ever had in any wine that we have ever had on this show.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
You see how Michelle got excited? Yeah.
I can
20% alcohol.
Yeah, it's really strong.
But this shit is good.
Jen, where did you find this? Oh, Sharonda, do the vintage first. Sorry.
I'm sorry, but I don't even do it on here. Go ahead, Jen, talk. I'll chime in.
Actually, Stephanie. What's her last name?
Wow,
I don't know who
that's a
Stephanie
friend
is.
right there. It's fool. You know that girl.
It's the 20%, y'all.
Okay, somebody take her wine.
So anyway, she actually put it up on her post, and the first thing I saw was 20%. So I was like, man, we could get a nice buzz off of that. So yeah, that's where that came from.
Okay, Danielle, why don't you tell us what you know about ports?
It's from Portugal. And
Mind blown.
Wow.
The fuck.
Some people may not know that though.
True. And I think that it's more of a blend. I think that they actually put brandy in it.
It didn't say that on the thing though. It just says that it's from a certain part of Portugal, and that's why it's called ports. That's all it said on there. I didn't see anything about being a blend or anything like that.
Yeah, this is actually probably not a blend, but god Damn, this shit is strong.
It is. It
I
tastes
think
like it
they
has
put
fucking brandy in
alcohol.
it.
But it does. It
It
tastes like
doesn't go through the same
process that regular
as,
red
like,
or
it's
white grapes.
It's fermented. or
fermentation
something.
process is
It's
different.
it's a whole different process or something like that. I don't really remember.
I should
how
know
it is,
this,
but
yeah.
it's not made the same way as wine is made.
It's probably distilled another way.
I
fermented
don't remember
another way.
it. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's pretty strong. So expect some giggles. But what we're going to do is, of course, we're using the wine scorecard method. We're going to rate the wine based on appearance, aroma, body, finish, and taste. And we'll all rate the wine from 0 to 25 or higher or lower because we're stupid like that.
Only 3 of them.
And then we'll add together our scores. And then, once it drops on the internet, we'll tell y'all if it was good or not.
Exactly.
What? Okay, so we have a guest today. He is Mr. Kareem Tillman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That Mr. made it way too official.
Mr. Kareem. Okay, no, really.
I am Kareem Tillman. What up?
Affectionately called Reem by his wife, Melinda.
Yeah.
He's actually one half of Corinda, the most heralded relationship in our social circle. They're just like the Cosbys.
With all those kids, right?
Yes, they have like 300 kids. They love them all so much. I wanted to tell you guys, I thought it was so cute that you had posted that you went to the movies in your daughter's room.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all like your
Aw.
kids.
Yo, they had a good movie, though. Like, how do you turn down white chicks?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good ass movie.
You're right.
That's a
You
good ass
don't.
movie.
That's something you don't turn
And I was
down.
so happy because they left out of the room right where they started playing with the dildo in the hotel room.
Oh,
So, we scrambling like, what the fuck we going to do? They out of the room. So by the time they came back in, the part I just ended, we was like, yeah. So other than that, it was pretty dope of them, I've only seen it a couple of times, so it was pretty fresh.
I'm going to tell you, that's good parenting, because if my kids invited me to watch a movie in the room, I'd be like, I don't want to be in here because
I'm sorry, no. Your room
I'm
stinks.
not going to be able to do
Low-key,
it.
I don't like you, first of
Because
all.
low-key, you like a whole lot.
That was really cute. I like that. But you are a co-host of That Boom Bap on the Sphere Network.
Yeah. Shout out to my man G.
Yes, they discuss all things hip hop.
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah, we do. We do a really good job of it.
Yes, you guys do. You do a great job. And as a music head, you're going to sit here and talk to us today a little bit about the effects of toxic lyrics on today's kids and adults.
Oh, Jesus.
We'll try.
Okay.
Try.
Yeah, we'll try.
Shit, we'll try.
I mean, hey, I have a lot of feelings about today's lyrics. Like, I feel sad every time I turn on the radio.
Me too.
Like, I don't like it.
Well, I don't listen to much radio. I never really have, though, especially after moving out here.
So you just gonna straight up hate on Texas music?
Nah, I didn't say that at all.
All right, I'm just making sure. 'Cause it's Fat Pat, Lil Kiki.
Nah, I've come.
Shout out to Lil Kiki.
DJ Screw,
Nah,
Screw.
shout out to them dudes. I ran into Little Kiki when Sway was here at Prospect Park. He's real cool. He's real down to earth. He's a real dude. But musically, I think like almost anything else for me, he had to grow on me also. It's only so many people or MCs or artists that when they spit something or they drop something, I immediately like it. It's very far and few in between. So everybody got to grow on somebody.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I think on our show we do a really good job of not beating up on the young kids too much because
Why not?
Well, you know what, y'all?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'd rather them be doing that than breaking into
Anything-
somebody's house right
Right.
now. You know what I'm
That's why I
saying?
said never mind. Yeah, you're doing
That's
something
true.
constructive, but it's shitty. It really is. It's
No,
just-
I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, I ask y'all to remember where you were during that time also, and what you was listening to, and what you was bouncing to. Now, don't get me wrong.
real shit like Dre, Pac. Like that's what the fuck I was listening to.
But imagine what your
Real
parents were
shit.
thinking about
That's
that.
like real shit. They talk about. Well,
Well, you can't even understand what they're saying.
Right.
You can't understand half of the shit. And what the fuck is a Uzi Vert?
Okay. All right, I'm going to stop you guys. I'm going to stop you real quick just so we're going to get into all that.
I'm sorry.
First, I just want to ask Reem a few questions about himself, and then we can talk all the shit we want to talk about. People who are carrying purses and wearing Red Kool Aid braids and all that.
I can't defend the purses. I'm going to tell you right now. I can't defend the purses.
The blouses and shit.
I can't defend the purses.
See, that's why I'm concerned. Okay, but Kareem, can you tell our audience just a little bit about yourself and your show? And include your sign so we can properly stereotype you.
The sign first.
We always do.
The sign first.
I'm a Scorpio.
That says it all. That's it.
Oh,
I mean,
Lord.
Yep.
The end.
Yeah.
yes.
He's the best person ever.
The
Man.
levels of instability.
I'm dope. I enjoy being a Scorp. I'm emotional. I'm moody. I'm passionate. I'm aggressive. I think I'm smart. In most cases, I try to be smart.
I don't have any problems with what he said.
I'm sure you don't.
Yeah, but you said you don't have emotions.
Yeah,
I've
and
never
that's
said I don't have emotions.
No,
I don't express them.
We
I'm
say
not
she
outward
doesn't
with my
have emotions.
Okay, we're not going to do an intervention this episode.
Oh, yes.
male Scorpios do express their emotions better
I'm just
than
not
the female.
outward with mine.
But whatever.
Like that, so.
That's a lie.
No.
Okay,
Not the
well,
ones I know.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, so what
Just
made
nod yes or no.
See? Yes. See?
Oh, okay. That's what I said.
Corinda, Melinda's back there too. So if you hear a sweet melody,
Right.
that's our glitter back there.
Yes.
Oh man, I remember her telling me about that.
Yeah. Glitter.
Yeah.
Because I was like so mesmerized by y'all's relationship. I was like, they're so cool and so cute and they love each other, but yet like she just says whatever she wants. I'm like, this
And it's
fucking
glitter.
glitter, man.
Yes.
Okay.
It's important that your better half say whatever they want. It's really
Yeah.
important, especially if it's real. So
Yeah. Oh, look at her. She's like, So what made you guys start your podcast or your show on the Sphere?
Oh man, I think it's a pretty dope story at the end of the day because I never saw it coming. You know, Gary Lee Hawkins, aka my man G, he used to come to my parties. You know, I would throw little parties, and you were there.
Yeah.
Actually, I think all of y'all have been there a couple of times. So I would throw these parties, and we will always end up outside. You know, in these house parties that we throw, the house always gets divided. It's like the hip hop heads end up outside with me with cigars and the Sonos, and all the spades and dominoes players and all the house party people who like to listen to Kid and Play and dance and all that other shit end up in the house with my wife. So we would be outside, and it sounds like like a discussion that happens in the barbershop or that happens on the corner, happens on the bus or the train. You and your friends, and you're just talking about music. You're like, yo, did you hear this person's album or this person dropped, or if you ain't never heard this from this time. So we will always have these conversations. So one night he said to me, somehow the conversation changed about just forming change in the world. Like he was like, you need to have the right vehicle to be able to change the world. And I looked at him like, why would you say something like that?
Where did that come from?
And I know of him at this time. I know he's a tech guy. He's real sharp, real smart. I'm looking at him like, why would he say something like that way? And then we had a discussion. He was like, yo, I'm going to start a podcast network. And I want to know if you would be interested in doing a show. And I was in Vegas when I got the call. And I was like, yo, this shit is dope. Where else in the world do you want to get a call like that?
Right.
Like someone asks you to do a show.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, I'm chilling, with my wife. I'm in Vegas. I'm getting ready to get up and go do shit. Like, yeah. So, so I was excited, and I told him, yeah. And, once I got back to Houston, we started kicking it, started kind of playing with ideas of how we was going to go about doing it. He wanted to bring a difference to hip hop podcasts where, we don't have a DJ, we're a lot different with our content. We went back to really reviewing albums like, magazines used to do back in the days. Like
Five mics. And,
5 mics and stuff. But, we don't bite, though. Everything is just organic for us. Like, we don't do mics and stuff like that. We don't argue classics. But I think what you get from us is really honest opinion. And, I got on and wanted to do it because, for me, this is my way of giving back to an art form that loved me from day one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am a true hip-hop head of the culture and of the art form and all the elements that come along with it. So I hear so often these complaints about hip-hop and what's on the radio and what's whack. And I often get into these debates, or I'm often referring music to people, because if you feel like hip hop is dead and I feel like I'm never without, then we need to have a conversation. And hopefully, the sound and the feel that you heard when you that you got when you heard like your Lauryn Hills or your Nas or your J. Rooted Damages, your Gurus, your Gangstars. I got something like that I'm listening to. It's not the same. It's not supposed to be, but it's my mission to kind of put this out there for everybody. So,
but when you come from good shit like that, like Gangstar stuff like that, it's hard to, I guess, jump into this new shit that's just, and it's so visual now. I think growing up, hip hop was more like, to me, just the radio, just the radio.
Yeah, I love your
now,
cover.
Thank you. But now you see so much. You see these people on social media. You see them, Snapchat, Instagram. You listen to their music. They're at concerts. They dress like women half the time. I think that's in a whole, because hip hop is not dead. I agree with you. It's not dead. But the representation of it, I don't like the direction that it's going into. I think that's my disconnect with the newer generation.
I think we always had a really fine line between what some people may consider hip hop or what some people may consider rap. Like Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, you couldn't convince me that was hip hop. Not when I got Common and Talib Kweli and Mos Def. Nah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're both popping around the same time, right?
Yes,
so you always had that line. And what I try to remind people is, I try to remind them of that line. Like, Lil Jon and East Side Boys ain't popping right now. But Gucci Mane is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you have to like him, but it took my man CEO pointing this out to me one time. I hated Gucci. I couldn't stand him. He had just came out. And he was like, dude, but if you listen to him in the right element, he's popping.
In the right
What's the right element?
The fucking trap house.
Exactly.
That's where the fucking trap house.
Yeah.
That shit is popping in the trap house.
But for him, this particular song was really popping in the strip club. It was Shorty Got Her Ass On. See, y'all like, oh, okay, I'll let that one go.
Yeah, you gotta have that.
You gotta have it. See, I gotta let that one go. But how different is that from what you're hearing now?
No, absolutely.
Significantly.
Not really. He's still popping. He's still putting out music.
Yeah, no,
I thought you meant like overall.
Overall, like his music compared to what we listen to from, what's his name? Little Uzi, whatever his name is.
Y'all keep saying the same dude, but
I want to ask about Young Dolph. Have you listened to him?
What the fuck is that? What's a Dolph?
This man, he's one of Gucci. I think, isn't he a Gucci guy?
Nah, he's not a Gucci guy.
Are you sure? I saw them together.
He's a man of his own. He's a man of his own. He got his own name.
Well, then why is he in the video with him?
It's
collaboration.
Maybe, or that could be the homie. But there's tons of reasons to be in the video.
The background,
like that's his
the background. Could be holding someone else's purse.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
You could be on stage with a clock around your neck. Just saying.
That's what gives him some sort of relevancy in his that's his co-signer to me. Because honestly, I was like, who the fuck is this? He has a big ass dolphin on his neck.
Yeah.
Around his neck, like a big ass. Like it could probably pay for like several years of college. But anyway.
The funny thing is
such a mommy comment. I love it.
I know a lot of these dudes and who they are for the same thing that you was talking about, Sharonda, about the technology and Snapchat and all that. Because, me still being a hip-hop head and having a show, I have to consume a lot of content. So
absolutely.
I always come across them because they popping. But, I don't know much about him because I don't dig his music. But I know who he is. I can name a bunch of them, and I choose not to because then that's what gets him popular. But, the funny thing is, Jen, you keep saying the same name, but I think you mean like 3 other people, though.
Probably
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I do too.
I don't know who it is.
What's
I just
one
know
with
that
the
we go
eye?
out to the bar
Fetty
and
Wap.
it's like,
Fetty Wap.
Fetty Wap.
Fetty
He got rap snacks, man. They
Hey,
pretty
those are
good.
good,
He got
by the way.
honey jalapeno.
man,
Honey
Is that what we had that day?
They're rap
They're
snacks.
really
Yeah,
good.
rap snacks. They
Yeah.
chips.
Yes,
Outta
chips.
here.
You've
Yeah.
never seen those? Oh man,
Yeah.
they're delicious.
No.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
a chips or whatever, but it's called
His
rap
eye is
snacks.
like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I mean, and I have to give him
The eye
credit
is
for
great.
that because
the eye and the fake dreads. It's
Yes.
just
They're not
I
real?
can't respect
and
that.
they're not real dreads. See, you're pointing out these small things, and those are the little things that it's hard for me. I'm not gonna say hard for me to get over. It's just I know
Respect
where
it.
hip hop kind of comes from.
It's not
Yeah.
authentic. That's
And-
how it feels now.
So
Not that it's not
you know what?
authentic
So-
because I think they're being their authentic selves. I'm not going to take that away from them, and I'm not taking away their craft, their art, or any of those things.
Yeah.
But I just don't like what it's doing, what it makes hip hop look like as a whole. I guess that's where I'm coming from because I do listen to all the I know all the old shit. I'm into the Action Bronson, like all of that. Like
Yeah.
I listen to all kind of shit you can't even really find unless you go digging underground to find it. But when I listen to that and then I hear this shit on the radio, I'm just like, I want to blow my brains out. Like a kid.
right. Like, why is that what's mainstream? And that's what
Because that's
we're
what
listening to.
sells.
Well, let
It's
me ask you this:
awful.
how do you feel about skinny jeans?
Sad.
They're for women.
They're for women.
They're for women.
Are you? I'm not trying to get in your business or anything, but you know, if you seen a dude, you know, he got on a nice shirt, and you know, he got these skinny jeans on and some Yeezys, and you know, he
And
tried to
some
come holler at
Yeezys.
you wouldn't give him the time of day.
I really would not know.
Why not?
Because my husband will be mad, first of all.
Right.
Secondly, honestly, I don't. Skinny jeans are leopard print, all that shit. Blouses are that shit's for women.
No,
Like, wear you some grown man ass
agree.
pants. The slim cut, I can deal
Nah, I'm
with.
talking about skinny jeans.
No, I'm not. I don't fuck with leggings. Like
Sharonda
that.
says she want to
No.
see a man in some jabos, and that's it.
Some jabos.
Bitch, I would go
Some
home and
crisscross.
burn down my house if it's one pair of jabos in that motherfucker. No, but I mean, getting stuff made to fit you right. Sometimes you got to take in the seam of the jeans so they're not so baggy. I get that, but skinny jeans to me are like the stretchy pants, like leggings.
No, those are leggings.
But they're jeans.
But you guys,
You know what? Your
I
audience is
can't.
new to me, so let me just say this for the record. I don't wear skinny jeans. I don't own a pair. I am not here
'Cause your
you know,
knots don't fit?
I'm
You're
not
not
riding
supposed
for
to.
skinny
I'm
jeans.
sure your wife probably does because she's supposed to.
Yeah,
you
she
are
looks
not
great in her
supposed to
jeans.
own a pair of skinny jeans.
Here, this is what I'll say
You
about
can
skinny
buy
jeans.
them for
Well,
her.
the reason why I was asking is because so many of these artists, you know, that along with the music comes a sense of fashion that changes also.
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
So the reason why I was asking, like, if a dude try to holler at you with skinny jeans, would you do it? But it starts somewhere. Like, you get a kid who takes a risk, right? Mm-hmm. And I think Kanye took those risks.
No, absolutely, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He's out overseas. He's wearing skirts overseas. You can call him what you want. That's
Shit,
not our
he wore the
culture.
shit
You
in
wearing skirts
Houston.
overseas. You know,
Yeah.
there was times where, you know, he wore, you know, a lot of fashion forward things. I don't
leather
want to
kilts is what
Yeah.
we're gonna call them. Yeah,
those things
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
You know, then it's just bugged out. So I think what happens is somewhere along the lines it gets accepted. And once it gets accepted, it just grows like a weed and everybody starts chasing the same fad.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, what happens with music a lot, and I really wish that it would happen with popular R&B, but it's not. But as far as with hip hop, it goes through a transition every 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And in that 10th year, going into its next decade, it always kind of goes back to where it started because that's where we all appreciate. And at the same time, we're still in that generation gap where, how did a friend of mine explain it to me? We're the adult children of hip hop, if you think about it.
Right.
Right? Because this is something that started in the 70s.
Right.
I was born in 79. So I'm right there coming up into it,
In that
growing
gap.
up, and
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
where it starts. So, you know, if you think about it, now my children are in the hip hop. You know, my daughter is 18 and she's singing Far Side. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because of her dad. So, you know, she bought me a Wu-Tang Clan poster. Shout out to my baby girl. Daddy made a
Right.
trooper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're raising
so
her right.
a lot of that has to do with influence, but a lot of that has to do with being rebellious too, because as kids and you doing this, like hip hop was supposed to fail. We were supposed to be having this conversation 30-something years, almost 40 years later about a fad. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
we are like way off topic here.
But I was
Yeah.
going to
Let y'all
say,
know this.
well, I was
We
going to
haven't
say,
even got to the topic, first of all.
I
let's
was
do
going to
it.
say, as far as I was going to go back to skinny jeans because our question kind of is, how does rap or hip hop affect kids? And my son has fake. I'm not gonna call them fake dreads, but there's like a twisted.
Wait, is it his hair?
Yes.
Okay, I just care that it's his hair.
But he.
This kid's rocking.
I'm telling you, I'm with it. But he's right. I'm serious.
This is his hair. But when he first asked me for skinny jeans, I was like, but why though? You know what I mean? And I didn't want to buy them at first, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let him express himself and be in this moment because I was wearing Jncos. Y'all know Jncos?
Jnco. Yes, ma'am.
Not JNC.
I was.
The JW.
I was wearing them
It's cool.
when I was in like 7th grade.
I don't even know
No,
what
it's
it
not.
is.
It
It
was
wasn't
awful.
even your fault, and I don't want to talk about your peoples like that.
It wasn't my fault. It was the fault of what? I don't know. Like I don't even
They
know.
were trying to love you.
They were trying. They failed.
But it was just like when
I'm with you. I know. I know
mean,
what you mean.
so
they tried to shoot it. They tried to shoot their shot.
at any rate,
Exact. Keep moving.
I wanted to allow my son to express himself, and
Through
even
clothes,
now, like he comes and he sits me down. And he's like, "Mom, I want to show you this really awesome music video," and it's that. I hate to say him again, but it's the song that they're bleeping out on 97.9, the little Uzi Vert song about suicide or whatever. And the music video, y'all, is a cartoon of dude riding in the car, smoking a blunt with pink eyes and some psychedelic shit going on in the background. And I was like, he's getting stoned.
Back in our days,
He's getting.
yeah,
or
back
he's
in our
taking
days,
fucking shrooms.
the
I don't
song
know.
would go with the actual video. Now it's like the song does not go with the video, and I'm sitting there trying to figure out the
fuck's
song.
happening?
Yeah, exactly.
So this is what I'm scared of, and I think this is to your point, Michelle. They're making it cool to be the druggie,
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the problem.
but
Not just the stoner, the druggie. just
druggie,
the Molly, and all
Right.
this shit.
Percocet.
Yeah.
Percocet. That's the
Percocet.
one I couldn't think about. Yeah, Percocet.
I mean,
Yeah.
goddamn.
Yeah.
And I like Future. I think Future is one that I could actually listen to some of his music, but I'm like, are you serious?
But have you ever really taken a Percocet?
no.
I don't remember. I did. I
didn't
had
know
to
what it
for
was.
Somebody died.
something.
I read
A bunch
that.
of people died in Atlanta. It was like
Yeah.
a mass
somebody died, yeah.
situation.
Yes. Was
But
it
a
like
Percocet, I
Jonestown
slept for like 8 hours straight and was like, what? Woke up with my shoes on in my bed. I was like, what the fuck? I was 45 minutes away from where I originally took the goddamn pill. And my car was parked sideways in the driveway. I'm dead. I swear to God, this happened to me. 17 years old in high school.
What kind of pill is this?
It was a Percocet. I don't. Well, it was something.
Well, what is it
prescribed.
like? What is it for? What's it supposed
It's
to
supposed
be
to.
for?
I think it's a like a hydrocodone thing, like
Oh, like
where it's
a
like a
painkiller?
pain. Yeah, yeah. So I used to get cramps real bad, so I would take like half. I actually took a whole one, and girl, listen. Took the pill in Katy, and I woke up by where I live. It's like 45 minutes.
See, that's my problem though. Like what Reem was saying, like I don't want my son to be like, oh, it's cool. Let me just go into the medicine cabinet, and not that I have anything like that, but there are some
Still.
kids whose parents do have heavy duty drugs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I don't want my kid going into the medicine cabinet going, well, Future said it was cool. Let me just take this.
Right.
But the funny thing is, because I have to play devil's advocate for a moment, just because of I feel that the need to be fair. There wasn't many complaints when we thought that Brown Sugar from D'Angelo was dope.
But he didn't say heroin. I just love you.
Nah, but we all knew what he was talking about
I
too.
didn't. Not till last week.
Yeah, but I mean that's the difference.
Last
with
week,
music,
though?
I swear to
because-
God, I just learned.
See,
But like, if you're using innuendos, it's a little bit different versus
Yeah.
being like completely straight out there, and everybody knows what you're talking about.
Dude
I
has
mean, there's so
peak-
many
yeah.
songs from when we were growing up, that we had no idea
Until
what they
now.
were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe D'Angelo's a bad example. Let's
It is.
do something a little harder. All right, let's do 10 Crack Commandments from Big.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or Ghetto D from Master P. Right? He was literally telling you how to make crack.
But he wasn't
Not
telling you how to
music.
smoke it.
What's left?
That's a businessman.
But that's a big difference,
telling you. That's
though.
what it is.
The big Ten Commandments.
I'm telling you how to make
smoke your
money,
weed.
and then now they're telling you how to
know
be
what?
a
Now
junkie.
that I
Everybody can't talk at the same time.
Now that I think about it, I just told everybody what 2 songs you need to get rich.
To get
in this
rich
life.
real
You
quick.
just need Ghetto D from Master P and 10 Crack
And Ten
Commandments from Big, and you can
never
be a
get
drug
high
lord
on your own
tomorrow.
supply. At least he was giving you sound advice.
The only drugs that dudes talked about when we were growing up that they kind of
That's not true.
Damn.
Everything you get ready to say is not true.
Okay.
You gonna let her finish though?
he's
No.
not.
No.
Even Kanye let Taylor Swift finish.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you
Wait,
finish, but
Kanye's not from New York. We're not even doing that.
go ahead.
So the
I'm
point-
not gonna finish. I'm not gonna finish.
No.
So the point that I was trying to make is, you have to be fair. Just as much as, Future has Mask Off, Redman was singing about how to roll a blunt. One of my favorite songs off his first album.
But weed
it's
is
always
from the
been-
earth.
Weed is from the earth. It was put here for me and for you. He's not telling them to get high on chemically fucking some shit made in a lab or a bathtub or wherever the fuck you buy it from
Yeah.
a store. We're talking about weed.
It's like it's telling you to be
Buddha
a junkie. It's okay to be a junkie.
Where I can go throw some seeds and it can grow in my backyard. No
Okay,
problem.
but you have to
That's
understand,
weed,
in this country, we
chemicals.
still had a major problem with that. I mean, dude,
Meth.
I didn't.
2 Live Crew got sued and had to fight their way through court for saying pussy and dick on a record.
Look how far we've come.
For real.
Wow.
Okay. While this conversation has been riveting, I think we need to move on to our game.
Yeah, we move on to that game. Even though we didn't really get on our topic.
It's
I'm
okay,
sorry,
Danielle.
Can we do this?
I promise
Do
you,
we
it's
have
fine.
time for
It's
the
fine.
topic?
I feel like
No, we gotta move on.
We more than covered. Did we more than cover it?
I feel like
Not really.
I feel like we did. Well, what did you want to say?
Nothing. Let's move on.
I will. See, this is what we deal with here, and I want the camera to catch this. You see this shit? Okay.
No, be you, boo.
Be you.
Okay.
Do you?
Be great.
All right. So we're gonna play rap libs. Y'all know what Mad Libs are?
Yeah, I took a look at that today.
Okay. So does everybody know what Mad Libs are?
Yes.
Okay. This is gonna be great.
Oh my god, I can't wait. What the fuck?
All right, so we're gonna do rap libs. I chose one of the 4.
You have a pen?
I don't have
Does
a
she
pen.
need a
Here.
pen?
J- Calm down.
Oh, okay, because I'm trying to help you out.
I could ask for a pen. I know Jen has one.
Okay, keep it moving.
Jesus.
Good job,
Christ.
Jen.
Okay.
Y'all need a hug.
That's a negative.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you
especially.
guys for particular things. First one is name an animal. So just give
Squirrel.
me some squirrel. Okay. What about a type of people, like a group?
A mob.
Okay, one more. Type of people.
Sociopath.
A group of sociopaths? Okay. Yes. Location.
New York.
Okay. I'm laughing because I know this is going to be funny. All right, another type of people, another group.
A gang?
I put the YMCA.
Bloods?
Wait a minute.
Put the
Hold on.
YMCA?
YMCA. Do you know what the?
What the fuck?
Anyway.
Oh my God.
Okay, we'll use YMCA for the next one. Thanks, Jen.
You're welcome.
All right. A mode of transportation.
Train.
Bike.
Train.
I guess said train. Go train.
A guy you know, like a man's name.
Mike.
Body part.
Toe.
Disease.
Chlamydia.
Chlamydia is a disease. Yes.
Yes, it is. It's a
Sexually
transmitted disease. It's of the venereal sort.
That's how you know you've been married so long. I mean,
Dude, that's what makes us special.
All right,
You
adjective.
can miss us with all that shit.
A what now?
Shy.
Is it?
Okay, first of all, what the fuck is?
It's a word that describes a noun.
Didn't you say it had
It's
to
a
end with an
describing word.
No, not that one.
That's not
Okay,
the-
I'll use jumping for the next one. Shy, you said? Okay. Noun.
That is a person, a
Person,
place,
place, or
or
thing.
thing.
car.
Another adjective. Remember,
A
this is a word that
describing
describes a
A
noun.
describing word.
Rotten.
How about bitchy?
I go with bitchy. Bitchy
like
for
bitchy.
1,000, Michelle.
Yeah. I like bitchy.
I like bitchy.
I'm going to use rotten.
No, I want bitchy.
No, we want bitchy.
I can use bitch here at the end, but I need one more. A name that you've given someone you don't like.
Asshole.
Asshole.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so I want to volunteer to rap the song.
I think you should let Kareem rap it.
Yeah.
You so should let him rap it.
Kareem,
Yes.
we need you to
course,
rap,
it's
and I'm going to explain the instructions. Eazy-E can't seem to remember the words to his most iconic verse in Boys in the Hood. He needs you to help him complete it.
All right.
Oh my God, where
You
did y'all
ready?
get this? A
Oh,
picture of Easy E.
Yo, you know what made this so funny?
We need to take a
I looked
picture.
at the Ice Cube one.
You did?
That is so funny.
I was like, yo, okay, cool. I get what they doing. All right, I'm ready. All right, so whenever.
Do it. Go.
What's
You
it gonna
gotta, you
be?
gotta rap it though. You
What's
gotta
it gonna
rap
be
it.
to the beat of though?
Nah, it's the song. It's
Oh.
Boys in the Hood. All right. So cruising down the street and my squirrel, jocking the mob, slapping the sociopaths. Went to the New York to get the scoop. Blood's out there, cold shooting some YMCA.
Because it's a thing, right?
Jesus help me! It's a fucking place.
Nah, I think
It's a place.
it gets better. A train pulls up. Who can it be? A fresh El Camino rolling Mike. He rolls down his toe, and he started to say, "It's all about making that.
Oh, it's my handwriting?
It's all about
Making
making that chlamydia."
chlamydia.
Because the boys in the hood are always shy. You come jump in that car, we'll pull your card. Knowing nothing in life but to be rotten. Don't quote me, asshole. I ain't said bitch.
That was great.
That last don't quote me asshole.
knew it was getting
I ain't
better.
said bitch.
Exactly.
You can't spell neither.
What you mean? What did I spell wrong?
Everything.
I feel like...
Sociopath look like soup path.
Well, maybe it's my handwriting. Because I know I
She
can
might
spell.
be writing in like
My name
shorthand,
ain't
too.
bloop, bloop, bloop.
So you know
Stop.
for sure. So you know for sure you spell sociopath, right?
I
That's what you
know
telling me?
because I be Googling.
I ain't gonna say.
Google game so hard.
Google game hard as fuck.
Did you write it in
That's all right,
shorthand, maybe?
Kareem. You can stop trying to slice me up.
That shit is funny though. Wait, let me take a picture.
Nah,
of it
I
for our-
enjoyed that.
for
That
our
was dope.
page.
Oh yeah, so you can put it on the page.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
So everybody can try to
'Cause
chop
you
up
told
my
me to be
handwriting.
prepared. You told me to Google it, and I
Yeah.
did exactly what you said because
I
I wanted to
appreciate
make
it.
sure that I was on point.
No, you
but
spelled
I
it
was
right.
gonna
My
write them
handwriting's
down
bad.
all on paper. I'm glad I
See,
did.
and I didn't give them the background on what exactly to look at,
Yeah.
but I gave it to you
Appreciate
because we here.
That's what's up.
So I know we didn't really get to dive into the topic.
Let's go. We could
No, we got
No.
time, son. Time.
gotta do what we gotta do.
But I think, we kind of touched on some interesting points, and it was still a really great time. So let's go ahead and wrap up the wine. Is everyone drunk?
No.
No. So the 20% wasn't as 20% as we
No,
thought.
it was for me. I haven't eaten all day either, so.
I mean, I have a little buzz. I liked it once it set out for a minute. Like, when I first tasted it, I did not really care for it. Like, it was really, the smell was really strong. And it kind of tastes like cough syrup to me at first.
I think at first it tasted to me like grape juice with vodka in it.
Right. But like the old school, like Welch's.
Yeah, like some
thick-ass
really good-
grape
Like the one they
thick-
give you at church?
Yeah.
Yes, communion
Communion
grape juice.
juice.
Communion juice.
It did.
In
It-
bulk.
Yes, it had that communion juice
Yeah.
thing
the
going
one.
on.
That's the one.
But it really wasn't that bad, I guess, once you kind of start drinking it. And I did use the aerator, so I guess it had needed to be like triple aerated.
I don't know.
And then it would have been better. Because you
Go
said once it
Michelle.
sat out, you know.
Yeah, once it set out to me, like it kind of like settled a little bit. Like it wasn't as strong. So
I sort of feel like I have indigestion, though, a little bit.
from it,
It could be from the Chipotle.
oh,
But I'm going to go ahead and give it like a 20. I thought it was pretty good.
I give it a 22.
I think I might buy it again. Like,
I would-
but only to put it
or
in a
a 20
sangria.
also.
You know, I really want, since you mentioned sangria, like I really want to try it in a sangria now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
definitely it would be good in there. If you need an added alcohol, you can always put a Bordeaux because it's like basically baby alcohol. You know, you could splash that in there.
I don't know about that, but I don't know about mixing the Bordeaux with that port and the fruit
Oh,
and
no.
stuff. Like I think
No,
that'd be
that's-
too much.
That's too much.
Oh, y'all don't really drink? Okay, never mind.
No, it just not for a sangria. It needs
No,
to be
like
a
I
white.
think the mixture of the two.
Alcohol's supposed to taste like good.
Like, yeah, it is. Like a sangria is supposed to taste good.
No, alcohol's supposed to hurt.
That's what she's
Going
saying.
down.
Yeah.
like your daddy. Oh,
Okay, so what's your score, Danielle?
I'm gonna let
20.
her have it.
I'll probably
Jen?
say about 20 also.
Okay. Sharonda, you gonna cuss her out now or later?
Oh, fuck that bitch. She ain't irrelevant. She is not relevant. So, did I like it or not? Yeah, I liked it.
Okay, good.
That's my score.
Okay, well that's good. You know, when I what pisses me off is that when I'm trying to be fucking serious, and
I can't help it that you just dry and it just comes out funny to me.
She's not dry.
She is very dry. She's like, okay, she's very dry.
That's low key sarcasm.
She's
And you
Daria,
just-
isn't that her name? Didn't I?
She is not
Daria from
Daria.
MTV. That's who she is.
if I wear these green ass vests every day too, so I wear a green gum channeling
You
Daria.
are Daria, like for real.
Glasses, green vest. All I
That's
need
Put your
is,
hair
like, to
down.
Put my hair
All you,
down.
and
Yeah.
you need black. You need boots on.
Yeah.
You're black.
You're
Like,
like fucking
come back.
Daria.
What if I dress up like Daria for Halloween?
You should.
you'd win Halloween.
Would you go white face though?
Probably not.
I don't get Daria.
I'll just
from
talk. I'll go white voice. How about
You
that?
go white boy.
You. You have to sound more monotone though, as well. I don't get Daria from you. I'm sorry. I don't agree.
Thank you, Sharonda.
Okay.
Okay.
See,
Kareem,
that bitch just did it. Fuck her. Hey, Danielle.
Kareem, thank
Yeah.
you for coming. Will you tell everyone where to find you guys?
Yeah, sure. You could check us out at www.thesphere, THESPHERE.TV. On our network, we have 14 different shows that we do audio and video for. I am from That Boom Bap with my co-host G Hawkins with a Z. You can follow me on Twitter at Reem Boom Bap. Instagram is NYKAY79. Our show is really dope. If you're still in search of hip hop or you just want to get on to something different, something new, please check us out. I think we're really, really dope. And, you know, we don't really do much of the trap stuff or, you know, we still find artists like Joey Badass to talk about. You know what I'm saying? That's still within that same genre, but just not of that same, you know, music type. So, you know, I think for all hip hop heads, rap heads, you'll love it.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
We
Welcome.
actually went to.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We went to the Sphere ourselves, and we were on All Things Beauty. Very interesting little experience for us. where we had to be on camera. It's the 20% in alcohol, whatever. Fuck y'all.
Are you trying to stay focused?
I am.
Okay.
I'm trying really hard, but I'm doing so much. God. My
Thinking.
life. Fuck you, Sharonda, bitch.
I didn't think you would catch that fool. Sorry.
I might have ADD, but I'll be catching the shit.
I know. You always there for when I say stuff like that. That's why I fucks with you. You always catch it.
Okay, well, if you want to check us out, you can just go to our website, betweenusgirlspodcast.com. You'll see Sharonda's bitch ass face.
And Michelle's bitch ass bun is on there.
Hey, we're not going to talk about buns right now.
You want to talk about buns?
Because I am going to put that bun up.
Fuck you, hoes.
Chef Boyer bitch is wearing a bun around her fucking...
No,
a net.
a net around her
She
bun.
has a damn hair net only around her bun in her checkered
Fuck
ass
your
pants.
feelings, bitch. That food I made don't have no
you.
hair in it. Fuck you.
Well, fuck you and them checkered ass pants. Okay. Anybody else have anything to
Listen,
add?
Scrubs.
You know what? I
Hold
totally,
on, Scrubs. I'm not going to fucking play with you today. Coming in with that sad ass, depressing ass, clay-colored ass, fucking gummy-colored ass Scrubs. Fuck you.
That's why I changed my goddamn clothes. Okay.
Oh, bitch, but I got a picture.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on Between Us Girls. But don't keep it a secret. Listen and share with everyone you know. See you next week.